Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. The first weekend of May for track and field. Magical. Absolutely astounding. Countless world leads, era records, national records, personal best, sprinting dominances. But right now, I'm gonna cover the Diamond League in Shanghai, China. Right? And not too long from now, you'll see me covering the results of what happened over there in Grand Slam track, Miami. So stay with me for the next few minutes as I look at the complete breakdown, analysis, and results of the Shanghai Diamond League. Now, Anavia Battle continue her run of impressive displays this year. She take the 200 meter in Xiamen, and now she also take the 200 meter here in Shanghai. And earlier on this year, back in America, she had run 10.98 to dip below the 11-second barrier for the first time. So she's on a roll. And here in Shanghai, she take the women's 200 meter running 22.38 seconds. Now she finished ahead of Rasedek Adeleke, who ran 22.72. And as far as I know, this is like Adeleke's first outing, so 22.72 is not bad, right? For third was the young lady from Norway, Henrik Jagor. She ran 22.86, which is a season's best. In the women's 800 meter, Daguma of Ethiopia continue her impressive run. In 2024, she had run well in the Olympics. And here in 2025, she continued. She won the women's 800 in 1 minute 56.64, which is a world lead, meeting record, and also a national record. Now in second was Sarah Billings, 157.83. That's a personal best, right? The next person who is well known in the field, we have to come down to number 4, Natalia Gould Tapping of Jamaica. She ran 158.43. That's a good season's best, right? And what I like from Natalia Gould here is that she did not try to front run this race. Generally, she tried to front run the races and then end up on the losing end in the street when everyone else had conserved and run it tactically and able to pass her. So if this is a new strategy for Natalia Gould Tapping going forward, then I'm all for it, right? And I'm sure she's going to run some incredible times this year again. I'm hoping that this year she could get among the medals in the World Championships, right? So let's see how that go for her. In the women's 100 meter hurdles, right, Grace Stark won in 12.42, which was a meet record and world leading. Now, this meet record and world leading, right, did not last long because over there in Miami, right, Grand Slam track, the Olympic champion Masai Russell actually run 12.17 seconds, right, which is the second fastest 100 meter hurdles time of all time. Also over there, Tia Jones run 12.19 seconds. So we run the third fastest time in 100 meter hurdles of all time. So Grace Stark, shout out to her for winning the Shanghai Diamond League race. Right. In second was actually Danielle Williams. She ran 12.55 seconds. Now, as we look down the pack, we see Devine Charlton down there in 7. I don't know if it's an off-season Devine is having. She's the world record holder for the 60 meter hurdles indoors, right? And to me, she struggled in this race. Also, Toby Amasan, now in number 4, for a person who have run 12.12, which is the current world record, right? She has been struggling so far this season to produce the sort of times that her rivals have been producing. Now in the women's shot put, right, Chase Jackson, right, turned the table on Jessica Schilder, She threw 20.54, which is a meeting record and a season's best. Right, Schilder was second. In Charmin, it was Schilder who won, and Jackson was second. The woman's high jump, we see the world record Ola Mayuchik, right, taking the victory, jumping 2.00 meters. She opened up her season last week in Charmin, and there she had jumped 1.97 meters to win, and here she jumped 2.00 meters to win. So the world record holder, she is trending in the right direction. Right, also behind her was Nicola Alice Sagers of Australia, who jumped 1.98. Eleanor Patterson of Australia, who jumped 1.95. So Australia did pretty well in this high jump competition for women. As we go down into the women's javelin, we see Zenko of Greece winning this event. She had won it also in Charmin, but here she improved on what she threw in Charmin. She threw 64.90 here in Shanghai to win ahead of Dai Jiangjing of China, who threw 64.38 meters. Right, the South African Van Dyke, right, was third, 62.53 meters, a season's best. The long anticipated clash between Sambine, Shane Thompson, Let's See Tobago, and also Christian Coleman, right, take place. And in this 100 meter, right, Akani Sambine continue his undefeated run. Right, he take the victory in 9.98 seconds, just 0.001 ahead of Kishane Thompson, who ran 9.99 seconds. This is his season debut in the 100 meter for Kishane Thompson. So 9.99, not bad. And also, for Kishane to be here running at this time of the year is a victory. Over the previous years, when he tried to run at these early time in the season, he normally gets injured. So to see him finishing the race healthy and running 9.99 in this early time of the season, it goes well, and it shows great prospect ahead for him this year. Right, Tobago improved on his Charming performance. In Charming, Tobago had run 10.20, but here he ran 10.03 to take third place. Right, Christian Coleman ran about the same time that he ran in Charming a week ago. Right, Azul, which came in 7th in this race, he in Charmin had run slightly faster than this. Right, and Amaniala way off the pace from what he had run in Charmin a week ago. In the 400 meter, we see a switch around of the top two spots. In Charmin, it was Endore of Botswana who take the victory, but here in Shanghai, it was Christopher Bailey who take the victory, running 44.17, which is a personal best, right, and was a short-lived world leading, because just after that, at Grand Slam track, Jacori Patterson ran 43.98, right. The number 3 in Charmin remained the number 3 here in Shanghai, as Kebina Shipe, right, of Botswana came third, running 44.63, right. Vernon Norwood was 44.93, and Kirani James ran 44.94, slightly off what he ran in Charmin. In the men's 5,000 meters, right, we see Arigawe of Ethiopia taking the victory. The first 3 spots were all Ethiopians, and I've said it in the last video when I was looking at Charmin, and I'm going to say it again. Ethiopia is coming for a lot of middle and long distance medals this year at the World Championship. So the first 3 spots was taken by Ethiopians, right? 12 minute 50.45, a meeting and season best for our Galway. In the men's 110 meter hurdles, right? Cardell Tinch dropped a historic time, 12.87, a meeting record, world leading and personal best, and number 4 of all time, right? This race was a shocker for most persons. We know he was fast, he ran 13.06 in Xiamen, but no one expected him to go 12.87 a week later. Right, the same man that come second in Xiamen was the same man that came second here in Shanghai, and it was Maratake of Japan running 13.10 seconds. Number 3 was Rashid Bradbell of Jamaica, season debut and season best 13.24. Right, that's a good season opener for Rashid Bradbell, something that he can build on to potentially put himself in the medals. Now, in the men's 400 meter hurdles, the top 2 in Xiamen was the top 2 in these 400 meter hurdles. Now, in Xiamen, Karsten Warholm won the 300 meter hurdles in 33.05, and Lima of Brazil was second in 33.98. Now, here in the 400 meter hurdles, Warholm won, running 47.28 seconds as a world lead, and Lima was second in 48.08 seconds, a personal best. I am saying it from now that Lima will this year potentially run 47.5 or faster. I'm declaring that right now. Because 33.98 at 300 meter hurdles, right, and any day can run something under 47.5. So Lima being the number 2 Brazilian in the 400 meter hurdles, I'm also saying that possibly this year Brazil will have 2 men in the 400 meter hurdles final at the World Championship. That's Alisson dos Santos and Lima. Now, Karsten Warholm, when you watch the race, it was a very messy race, and he still ran 47.28. Just imagine if it was a clean race. He could have opened the season running 46.5 or lower. Very scary, shocking, and interesting at the same time. Men's 3,000 meter steeplechase was won by Abraham Sime, who ran 8 minutes 7.92 seconds. He's from Ethiopia. And 2 Kenyans follow him close behind, right, running 8:08 and 8:09. The men's pole vault, we see Armando Plantes returning to something like his former self. In Xiamen, he had jumped 5.92, and for some people that was disappointed. Here, he jumped 6.11 meters, a meeting record, right? But what stands out more to me in this pole vault competition was the Greek athlete, Karalis, who jumped 6.01 meters. Anytime a man jumps 6.0 or 6.01, anything in the 6, then he's setting himself to be a contender at the World Championship. So we don't have to keep our eye on this Greek athlete, Karalis. Now in the men's triple jump, we see Pablo Pichardo winning ahead of Jordan Scott. Jordan Scott from Jamaica. He was the winner in Xiamen, right? But here, Pichardo turned the table, winning in 17.03 to Scott 17.00 meters. So that's where we're gonna finish today. The Shanghai Diamond League done, dusted, in the books.